Mr. Fire.
Yes, King. Big up, man. Wagwan.
I'm good, brother. Yourself?
Man, here in the red chair,
Yeah.
the infamous, the infamous red chair. I was gonna cover this chair up, man, and somebody was like, "Yo, you can't cover that chair up now, man. It's an infamous red chair."
Nah, bro. It's the red chair. And then when you see the flag, we know exactly where you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So
So
everything's
big
good.
up, man. Big up to you, man. Big up to Black Gypsies. Big up to everybody joining this conversation. You know, every single time you're supposed to be sending me these conversations, man.
You know what? You're 100% right. After we get off this, I got
Yeah,
some
man.
stuff to
Send
put
this
out.
one.
Huh?
Yeah, man. Send this one. Send this one, please, because I posted on my Facebook and I see that people like it. So.
Yeah. No, because you always have a deep one. I seen you were with Steely on Saturday night.
Steely.
Yeah.
Yo, me and Steely need to do those kind of conversations more often, man, because you know what happens is, and again, you know, a lot of people, I think, a lot of people, I think that conversation caught a lot of people off guard
Yeah.
because um, I think we're very well known for comedy. Like we do a lot of comedy, a lot of comedy on the internet as Caribbean people, and we don't really do that much like serious uh, business or industry, whatever word you want to use, conversations. And
Yeah.
you know, I think that was what I hopefully added to the pot because I love the comedy as well, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, me's a serious man still, you know. I'm not too joke and silent.
There's a time and place for everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just like when you were even talking about TikTok, because from November, October, been fooling around with TikTok, so I know TikTok is that type of a platform. You know what I
hmm
mean?
man. I wish I had the upgraded Instagram Live where I could actually like show you the analytics from TikTok. I don't have the one where you can share a picture.
Yeah, okay.
Do you have that?
Do I have that? I'm not a no. I have some of the
Okay.
features, but I don't have that feature there though.
Yeah, it's like an extra little box on the side. If you
Yeah,
had that, I would just DM you. I would just WhatsApp you the picture real quick, and you could
yeah,
post it. But
yeah,
the actual analytics there are interesting. It's very interesting, man. You
yeah,
know, actually, I wouldn't mind just saying it real quick. Hold on, let me. 25,000 people watched it
yeah,
on Twitch,
yeah,
Sunday show, and 777,000 people
yeah,
clicked in. And those are people that just click, they go, I don't like this, and they get
yeah.
out of there.
But
But
click, yeah.
man, that says a lot. Just imagine
Yeah,
if that's a quarter of a million people over, I think we did 5 or 6 hours.
yeah,
That's a quarter of a million people over that time. Imagine if those people, imagine if 1,000 of those people stayed.
yeah,
Yo, that's a good thing, man. That's a good thing, you know. The thing is, like,
definitely.
I know, man, I know a lot of people, we work with a lot of heart, a lot of passion, but we don't really work with the numbers the way that we should.
Yeah,
And so hopefully I'll add that, to the game.
yeah. No, definitely. That was big there. And the thing with it, I missed Wagati yesterday. I was so mad. I didn't see
No, but
Wagati
it's on
yesterday.
my Facebook. You can go back and watch it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me type in my Facebook so that you can pin it
Okay.
and
And I'll pin
everybody
it.
can go. Yeah, man. It's not on YouTube anymore, but you can go back and watch it on Facebook,
Yeah.
and it was really good, man. Really, really good.
Yeah. I missed thing, but when I heard when I came on, HMV was playing.
Yeah,
And
man.
that right there brought me right back to a cassette I used to have with HMV and Silverhawk. I think they're from the same area.
Yeah, man. I also think
Yeah.
there's another sound from that area too, but yeah, Popping,
Yeah.
Standpipe,
Like, yeah.
Augustone, Mona, that area, Ligany, that side, that's where Silverhawk is from. That's where HMV was from, man. And for
Yeah.
those of us that, either lived in Jamaica or traveled to Jamaica during those years, that was a big time for HMV and clubs like Mirage and Peppers and them kind of something because it really made me feel really good to hear some of those old dubs and I really liked what I did. I really enjoyed and feel accomplished with what I did.
It was even interesting to see that you guys had now put faces to the people behind the screens, which was actually
Hmm.
the Zoom. It's like now you know it's not just numbers on the screen. There's actually people back there,
Yeah, man.
black,
Mind you,
white,
now the
purple,
numbers on the
blue.
screen dropped.
Mhm.
The numbers that you see people watching dropped
Yeah,
because of Zoom, because we had a couple hundred people in Zoom.
got you.
So, you know, I think we had, you know, like 700 people, 600, 700 people watching at one particular time on
Mhm.
YouTube. And then you had another couple of hundred people on Zoom. So it actually takes away from the numbers, but it gives you the reality that people are watching and enjoying.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm gonna do some more Zoom parties for sure, man. I think they're a lot of fun.
Mhm. No, no, that was big there. And one of the highlights for me was actually to hear Stereo 5.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? To actually hear him play that way, I haven't heard Stereo 5 in
Hmm.
years, years, years. And he had energy playing the song.
One thing, man,
Mhm.
and I can tell you,
Mhm.
I'm in group chats with Speedy,
Yeah,
and I watch him take sound system culture serious,
yeah,
regardless of the platform. He takes it serious. He came to show you he's the baddest. His
yeah.
confidence level is out this world, man.
Yeah,
And he's a humble guy, and he's really hilarious too. But at
mhm.
the end of the day, he deserves to have that confidence level, man. He's literally been here since 80. He said something like 83 is when they
That's how
started
long
this.
they've been around. Yeah,
Yeah, 83 they started cutting dubs. He said in 87, 88.
yeah,
You know, just to think that them man them was I go full 100 from them time
yeah.
till now. That's 40 years. Like that's crazy. You know, and Speedy's
Yeah,
been there for 40 years. That's crazy. And so now it's like, when you see him, you see a joy and you see a happiness that hopefully translates to people who are watching, and especially if they're watching it for the first time. So I have to say big, 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 big up to Speedy, because he really gave people, I think, the reason why we love this.
yeah,
He gave them, it was like, if you ever had a friend that's not into dancehall, reggae, anything Caribbean, or most importantly, not into sound system culture. If you have a friend and they're like, man, why do you like dub plates and you love sound systems? You go to my Facebook page
yeah.
and tell them they could just skip to Speedy's part.
Yeah,
And Speedy's, it's a good representation of why we love it.
yeah. His energy was crazy. And another one that was crazy there too was actually watching Changes play. It looked
Hmm.
like you were a kid in a candy store. You just lit
Yo,
up. You know what I mean?
you know how much that meant to me, man. That was my first sound ever. I
Yeah,
was I was I was 17 or 18 years old when I joined that sound.
yeah,
And that was the first sound that I fell in love with and was ready to defend anywhere in the world. I put my life my neck on the block for that. And like a lot of sound selectors tell people, we did a lot of things that had nothing to do with glory, and you know those are the first boxes I lifted, the first records I wiped down, and you just kind of played your position until it was your turn. Because I wasn't a big man on that sound for a while, but I did end up becoming like the voice and the face of the sound eventually. And so it felt really good. But what I want people to understand, man, is how important DC and the rest of those guys on the sound, how important they are to me, but also how important it is that I use my platform to give back. And I really want people like, getting him to a level where he can now stream on his own. Like, think about that. He went from, changes ain't really playing at all, to now he can go online and play. And he's a great selector. Everybody that remembers Pepper's nightclub, he was the resident DJ. Changes was the resident sound at Pepper's. Okay, DC was the resident DJ at Peppers for years, for like a decade or more. So when you have the ability to give somebody that revenue stream and say, yo, run with it, because he went and sourced everything. He didn't have a laptop, bro. Yo, I'm telling you right now. Yo, I can't hear you. So yeah, man, like I said before, to think that like he went from, like who's going to be able to book me to now he
Yeah,
can book himself
yeah,
online and play that amazing music that he plays,
yeah.
maybe put up a little PayPal and actually make some money off it or get some bookings off of it. That makes me feel good. I almost feel like I brought the sound back out.
Yeah.
That makes me feel great, man. Great, great, great. So I feel really good about yesterday.
Mhm. No, that was big there. Again, now that it's past, I could ask you, how did you guys even go around choosing the ensemble of songs that you guys chose?
Well, maybe that's just me, right? Like
Yeah,
I don't really know, man. I just like was like, yo, I want to see Wagiti, I want to see HMV, I want to see, like it was just
yeah,
like me.
yeah.
Changes was probably the only one that I was like, yo, I need to help bring that sound back out so that they can do their thing. But the purpose for the 80s and 90s affairs
Yeah,
is one to highlight those veteran sounds,
yeah.
but also to bring them up to speed with what's happening. Because there's something about saying, "Yo, I'm gonna play this Friday," that everyone starts scrambling. Like, "Yo, I wasn't gonna go get a laptop, but now I need to get a laptop."
Yeah, yeah,
So for DC to not have had a laptop, brother,
mhm. In
because
2020.
it's just not, yeah, to now to be like, yeah, man. So I really think that there's a lot of things that and, his laptop, he had a laptop, it broke because he just was like, whatever. But yo, let me say already, man, DC, Jason Skywalker, Philip Five, Ja Prince, and those guys are the original DC crew,
Okay.
Changes crew, and they mean a lot to me. And so I just chose, and HMV and Changes had a little rivalry back in the day. So it was just like one of those things where I was like,
Okay.
you know what? Yeah, man. I was like,
Yeah,
I never got back around to actually. I think they were probably going to do like a little tune for tune, but we just never got back around to it. So
yeah. I didn't even realize that. So were they more at that time? It was more or less considered more uptown sounds because they
Uptown
weren't
song,
really clear. Yeah,
right? Now remember, now Changes is not an Uptown song.
they're not.
They're from Mountain View. They are not an
Yeah,
Uptown song.
yeah.
But somehow DC, because of Pepper's nightclub,
Mhm.
was able to get Uptown bookings as well as Garrison bookings as well as the country bookings.
Got
Like
you.
he was one of the few people that kind of like, was right there on all he was able to, and that's why I learned everything from. Enough people
Yeah,
don't realize that. I learned everything from that sound.
yeah.
I learned how to not alienate one group,
Mhm.
and how to make sure to include everybody comfortably. Because most of us, we don't like uptown people, right? That's
Yeah,
most of us.
right.
Most of us don't like uptown people. We know business about them, right?
It's a different world. It's a
It's a
different world.
different world. They're finicky. Them just want everything come from foreign,
Right.
which includes the music and the energy. Like, so if an MC talk too much in an uptown dance, you see, the girls them looking at their boyfriends like, could you tell them to stop talking? And that kind of vibe.
Right.
And so we say never love uptown dance. By the way, uptown dance change up now, obviously.
For
You
sure.
know, it's like any other dance now, for the most part. You still have some uptown dance, but I cannot go to those, man.
Yeah, that's
But
right. Yeah.
anybody that knows anything about dance, about Jamaican party scenes in the 80s and 90s, especially in the 90s. In the 90s, you would go to a dance, you would go to uptown party, and they'd be playing songs like "Catch Me, I'm Falling," and that would be like the big forward, or like
Okay.
me and Jillian here always laugh and talk about because the same thing in Trinidad. I want to say it's the same thing in most of the crib. Big up Mr. Killer,
Right.
original bad artist in
Big
the
up, big
building.
up,
Mr.
big up,
Killer,
big
big
up,
up.
big up.
Yeah, we just
Mhm.
dropped a song with him. You definitely want to check it out if you haven't. Mr. Killer, Major Lazer.
Okay.
Um, but you go to any uptown party in any part of the Caribbean, and it was always a different music scene. It was all about what records could come down from America. not about what was locally happening. So, me and Jillionaire, we always make fun of like one of the biggest songs in Jamaica and in Trinidad and probably in most of the Caribbean was a song called Frankie.
Yeah.
Frankie, do you
Yes, yes, yes.
remember me? Yo,
Yes, 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 yes.
you would play that. You would
Mhm.
play Come on everybody, come on everybody.
Mhm,
Ba-na-da-bum-bum-bum-bum-ba-na-na.
mhm.
You
Like
play that.
those 60s type of
You
50s,
play
60s type.
everybody foot loose.
Mhm.
And then you're mixing Take On Me. Uptown parties.
Yeah,
Place
that's
mash
done.
up. Place mash up.
Yeah,
Mash
yeah,
up.
yeah,
Mash up. Them no want you no Bob Marley. Them no want you no Bounty Killer. Them no want you no Beanie Man.
yeah,
That's why you have to rate Beanie Man, Bounty Killer, everybody will struggle for the dancehall and for the reggae music and Bob Marley and everybody. You got to really respect them because they made dancehall and reggae music so impactful that those white kids living up in the mountains of Jamaica still
yeah,
had to say, yo, I got to find that. And that's why you have Rushan as a bad producer. That's why you have Zimmy as a bad promoter in Jamaica. Like, they're just the wickedest thing now because, you know, maybe not their parents, but their parents before them, most likely wasn't into it. I can't speak for sure, but
yeah,
most likely wasn't into it like that. And then
yeah,
them man they know end up I go in at the ghetto.
yeah,
And they love the music and love the people and they share a lot of common, energy. And that never used to happen back in the day. Very rare. Not never, but very rare.
yeah.
So Changes was always one of those sounds that kind of was on all borders.
Okay, because changes, did you guys actually do any clashes or it was more juggling changes?
More juggling. Changes was a juggling song.
Yeah,
But this is also back in the day where nobody really could avoid clashing.
yeah, yeah,
It wasn't like you could say, I'm not a clasher.
yeah,
Everybody had moments where they had to expose the dub box and show people, say, yeah, man, me can defend myself
yeah,
in the arena.
yeah. So there was dubs and everything. It wasn't really, because just like I think we had a conversation, you said Stone have always cut dubs, but they weren't into clashing. So I guess that was the same thinking
Same
for like the
mentality. Super,
changes. Yeah.
yeah, man, Super Saint,
Mhm.
HMV, Changes, Stone
Yeah.
Love. You cut the dub because the hype was in the dub, the respect was in the dub, the people them start taking serious. But
Yeah.
also, if you were to find yourself in a situation where somebody started to say certain things, you
Yeah.
could defend yourself.
Got you, got you, got you. No,
Hmm.
no big deal. I only have like one changes cassette. I didn't know, never came across
That's
another one before.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
man.
one.
I don't know, man.
Mhm.
Changes cassettes wouldn't have really gone anywhere because we weren't clashing like that. So
Yeah,
that is actually not crazy. That makes total sense. If
yeah,
your sound isn't clashing like that, then why would people be like, yo, let me get a cassette?
yeah,
Who cares about hearing like pepper seed,
yeah,
rhythm if you're not voicing like some crazy dubs on the rhythm,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that was us. We would voice like Don Youth, Sean Paul, but we never really voiced like they can't play like you. Them
Yeah,
we didn't play. We voiced those, but not like on hardcore rhythms.
yeah. Just some
Yeah,
juggling stuff there. Yeah,
yeah,
man, I
juggling
totally
thing.
get that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, let's get into, you know what, before that, this is the same changes where the changes is spelled with a Z, right?
Yeah, man. Hmm.
Yeah, same one. Same one. Changes with a
Yeah,
Z.
Changes with a Z. Sorry, I just charge my
Yeah,
phone.
no problem. Let's get into what's coming up now. We're talking about the quarantine clash competition. All right.
Hmm.
4 weeks of straight madness. 4 weeks, I think 10 clashes or eight clashes.
5 weeks. Going to be
5 weeks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clashes. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, yeah. Over 5 weeks. So then for 2 weeks, there's two of them.
Two clashes a
And
day,
then
and then
you
you have a
sing them all.
semifinals,
Mhm.
and then you have a finals.
All right. Let's go through
Yeah,
this
man.
one here. Okay.
Hmm.
How did you guys even come up with that concept there of saying, let's put it together like this?
You know why my mind is moving like this so fast?
Yeah.
Because everything's moving so fast. So for me, I see everybody out there doing all of the same stuff, and my mind is already thinking, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? if you've noticed for the last 4 weeks, 5 weeks of our show, every
Yeah.
single week we've added something new.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
did we add new this time? Zoom party.
Yeah.
Zoom party is not an original idea of ours,
Okay.
right? So I gotta say big up to Jasmine Solano. 2 weeks ago, she asked me to DJ a Zoom party.
Okay.
And I watched it and couldn't believe it. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
people were flying all over the screen and they were doing all kind of crazy madness. I immediately was like, yo, we need to do one of these, right? We included a live artist, Scaramucci, from Barcelona. We included the Cash App for the first time.
Yes. Yep.
We included that overlay. That's the first time we've done that overlay on the screen for the first time. Yo, trust me, man. Every week we spend the whole yo. People are always like, yo, Walsh, yo, I'm not doing anything else all week.
Yeah.
I take time to talk to Muscle. I might talk to Steely, but yo, I'm not doing nothing else, man. I'm trying to see if I can watch Ozark, but
Yeah.
I drop asleep every week, every night. But I'm really, really, really trying to get myself in a space where I elevate the whole thing. And shout out to Willie Chin. I saw Willie Chin in here. Willie Chin is now doing tutorials on how everybody can get themselves up to speed. That's amazing. Because some cats was trying to keep it a secret.
I
And
didn't
I'm
know
like,
that.
yo, I don't want to keep it a secret, man. I want everybody to do well. Because black culture is what's pushing this technology age right now.
Yeah.
And I said that on Steely's show. I was like, yo, I don't know if white people are even participating right now. Where are they?
Yeah.
Because what are the big cultural moments? D Nice, Primo and RZA, Teddy Riley, and Babyface. Maybe my sound clashes are cultural moments. So we got to make sure that we put a value to what we're doing, so that when we finally get it all figured out and we make the dopest stuff ever, we can actually be the owners of it and sell it, and not just give away the recipe like we do with every other thing we've done for the last 400 years or more. So
Yeah, it's wild. It's crazy. And again, as I said, for you guys to even come up with a clash like that, say, okay, we're going to do a virtual clash, but in this type of series, that was a pretty smart move there also.
yeah, man, and we're not the first to do virtual clashes. Ever since the internet started, there's been virtual clashes. There's been Pal Talk, there's been ICQ, there's been Yahoo Chat, there's been AOL Chat. People have been playing the dubs and clashing online forever,
Yeah.
So I don't think any one of us that are doing anything in an online competitive manner could actually say, yo, I'm the first, yo, I'm the first, yo, I'm the original, because, let us not forget. Let us just not forget, And that's why I never really will ever say nothing like that, because I don't want my memory to not click in and say, yo, you know what? Oh, I totally forgot. This has been happening, So I never. Also, I don't really need to. I don't need that. Like I spoke to Steely, yo, if I'm worried about yelling, I'm the first. I've already lost, because I've lost focus.
Yeah. I seen when you said that, and that one there, I said, you know what, it really makes sense. If you're going to do something, just do it and done. Don't worry about who said you first, you last. Don't worry about, just do your part, get it over with. And that's
Yep.
really what it's about right
Yeah,
now.
there's a bigger thing here. I wish we were collaborating more. I wish all of us that are doing clashes were collaborating more.
Yeah.
But all I can do is continue to put that in the air.
Yeah.
Me and everybody that you see doing clashes, whether they've been doing clashes before this Corona age or are now doing Corona age clashes, will collaborate for the bigger cause. I'm putting it in the air. Now, will that happen?
And when you say collaborate, what do you have in mind?
If I have an audience that's doing really big numbers, right? And you have an audience that's doing big numbers, and you have an audience that's doing small numbers.
Okay.
We should be eventually putting something together that combines the audiences and gets the numbers up. Here's the problem, man, and that's why I say numbers are the most important part of the discussion.
Yeah.
Man, numbers, all the emotion we could talk about, it's definitely a big deal, but man, numbers are the most important part of the discussion. And that's because what do you want? When do people look up and pay attention?
Yeah.
When they see everybody else is paying attention.
Yeah.
And so that's the problem. We have an issue with fragmentation. And I just want to erase that, man. I want to erase the fragmentation. And it doesn't matter how big my numbers are. It doesn't mean I won't collaborate with somebody. Why not? Because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, if we can collaborate, if Teddy Riley and Babyface could get 500,000 people, and they would have got more
Yeah.
on their Instagram live, what we're doing should be able to get, man. How crazy would I sound if I said 100,000 people?
That's not crazy at all.
Right? That's
At
not
all.
crazy. That's not crazy when you think about all the people in the world that love reggae,
No
dancehall,
way. No
soca,
way.
compa,
Yeah.
bachata, merengue,
Mhm.
reggaeton. When you think about how many people love Caribbean music, right?
Yeah.
Millions. So if I wanted to say for a sound clash that plays reggae and dancehall,
Mhm.
if I know that my goal is to get it to these big numbers, and I know that your goal is to get it to these big numbers, it would just make sense that we collaborate.
For sure.
Collaboration is the future.
Mhm.
Collaboration is the now, actually, let me say.
Right now. Right this
Collaboration
minute.
is the now. So anybody who's like trying to claim ownership of this online clashing, or they're the boss or the general or them are the number one,
Mhm.
you know, man, I wish that wasn't the case, because what we're doing right now is bigger than all of that little, like, you know,
Mhm.
self-praise and awards. And what we got to think about is, when we present this to people and they only see a couple hundred people here, a couple thousand people there, they don't stick around. Hip hop is like my great example of what I want this to be like as far as
Yeah.
numbers. And hip hop, when it started to get its numbers, it got on TV, it got da da da, it got blah blah blah. So there's no reason that this thing that we're doing cannot become something mega mega huge, but there's got to be a unity first,
Yeah.
which we're starting to see a little bit. You're starting to see more like Facebook groups pop up where people say, yeah, definitely, blah blah blah. We're going to link up
Yeah.
now. We're the Italian Sound Clash fraternity. We're the Euro Sound
Who
Clash fraternity. We're the
just
you start to
one.
see it now, where it was probably there, but it wasn't booming.
Yeah.
Now it's booming. Um, and this is the moment where I'm starting to talk to those people. Like, I haven't talked to anybody at Italian Sound Clash fraternity yet.
Yeah.
But there's no reason that we should not be speaking. Anybody know? If I could figure out who that person is, because I messaged but nobody answered. But if I
Yeah.
could figure out who that person is, I'm trying to get everybody to understand. If we collaborate,
Mhm.
we then have the numbers that makes everybody in the world be like, oh, okay. I
Yeah.
there's a movement, there's something happening, and I want to participate, or I want to invest. You know.
It's just like right now, the whole, even though it's been going on for years and a long time, clashes and stuff online, it's really being architect right now from the bottom up, where it's now it could be viable once we get past this hump of being quarantined.
Yeah.
So then right now, everybody's laying the groundwork, so everybody has to work together. We're just digging the ground right now,
Right.
laying some cement. We didn't build a house yet. Once we get
Right.
out, the house is built. But right now, we got to build a house together. Whoever gets it right
Right.
now
It takes
wins
a
in the
bunch
long
of
run.
us to build the house properly and faster and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I don't want to build this house by myself, because I don't want to, whatever benefits are going to come out of this, I don't want to be the only one that gets that.
Mhm.
I want everybody to share a piece of it. But again, I'm putting it in the universe. So, and I know the universe has never let me down. So,
Yeah. You see the thing with it too, it's like sometimes I don't know if a lot of times they really believe you is the right word. We'll just go with that word and listen why I say believe you. It's like they figure, okay, Walshy fire. And when they see Walshy, they see Major Lazer. So it's a different level. So it's like sometimes if I work with this man right here, am I just giving it away so he can run over here? And that's not really your intention. I really want to help. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, man. But also anybody that prees me like that, I don't know how they could pre me like that because I think, man, I would say maybe 70% of the people in the sound system culture know me from Black China. Know me as a sound man with dip on the internet for
Respect.
years, a buckle. And I defend
Yeah.
my favorite sound, them, Silverhawk and LP are my two favorite sounds in the world. And I'm a
Mhm.
fan of those sounds. And I used to, wow, wow, wow. I used to be on dancehall minded. I used to be on dancehallreggae.com. Then I went over to
Okay.
soundclash.com, of which I ended up buying
Mhm.
last year.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't buy soundclash.com last year because I just came into this and was like, I bought soundclash.com last year because the intention that I have now, I've
Yeah.
had that intention. I had that intention of wanting to see it do well. And
Yeah.
so anybody who's pre me like that, man, I would ask them to just DM me, talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you my number right away. Like, I didn't know why somebody would boy, watch it, I go run away with it. Like,
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
No, it's just people are strange because even there was an issue over at when we were over at Major Hype's page where some people almost thought he was a culture vulture, but buddy, all you gotta do is do a little digging and you'll
Google.
understand. You've been doing this from 19 how long?
Just
You know
Google
what I
him.
mean?
Just Google him.
Yeah,
Just Google him.
yeah.
Yo, I actually had him play my rum and bass New York City party um 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yo, the man shelled down the place.
Yeah.
And when him shell it,
Yeah.
man, I tell you no lie, man. There had to be 80% of those people in there were like, I didn't even know he could DJ.
Yeah.
And it's just is what it is. People just aren't really aware because they see the you that they're presented and they run with that, and nobody really does the research or ask questions and they shouldn't, whatever. They're just living their life. But
That makes
anybody that was like, Major Hype, anybody that was saying about Major Hype is kind of like, that's a weird thing to say too, man.
sense.
It's just weird. People say a lot of
Yeah.
weird stuff.
And that's what it is. A lot of people just follow what they see right now, and they don't really get how it really came about. You know what I mean? So before we even get down that road too far, want to ask you about the sounds now that you have in the clash coming up here. The number one question I gotta ask you, coming from my side here, is how come no Canadian sound?
Yo,
Yeah, they
you
would
know,
crucify me if I didn't ask, bro.
yeah, but you
Yeah,
already know why. You
yeah,
already know why.
mhm.
You already know why. You know. So hopefully the Canadian sound system landscape will start to step up on their own, which I gotta say, big respect to Prophet Fresh.
Yep,
Yo, for having that Mystic and King Turbo clash, big,
yeah,
big.
yeah,
Hopefully it motivated a lot of Canadian sounds to be like, yo, I need to get up and get into this.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But um, there's a few sounds, man, that I think after this clash we'll do another competition.
Okay,
But I will say this much, I didn't want to even put an American in this one.
okay,
Yeah, because I wanted to make this one more global. And because I have so many American sounds that are down to do this,
yeah,
so many that I was like, yeah, I think I'll just do an American one by itself,
okay,
right? Um, so we actually had somebody else that we were going to put in, end up not being in, and then Matia was like, yo, let's just get John Mikey. When I was like, yo, let's just do it. Let's just, So shout out to John Mikey for making sure that we have a great clash. Big up to him,
yeah.
and stuff. And I'd love for you to interview all these sounds as well, man.
Of course. Yeah. Make it
Yeah,
happen. 1,000% ready. The biggest shocker
I'd
for
love to.
me, who
It's
I
India,
want to see, Buddy, you took the you took the words out of my mouth.
India. Yeah, man. So if I
Yo,
could say maybe if I could remember I don't think there's another Indian sound called reggae rager, right? Rager.
Yeah.
That's actually, I think, the sound that most people know from India. No,
Okay.
I'm sorry. That's the sound that if you were to talk about an Indian sound and that people that knew about Indian sounds, that would be the sound they mention.
Yeah.
So big them up. But when I hit him up, he was like, "Yo, there's actually a wicked song that's in
Yeah.
Delhi
Yeah.
called Bass Foundation Roots." Yo, I
Yeah.
just got off the phone with him before you, man. Yo,
Yeah.
he's a serious sound man.
And
He's a
are they
serious
really
sound man.
based in India, or there is just people from India that plays the sound? Right.
Yo, when you interview him, ask him to show you the sound. Ask him to
Yeah.
show you the physical sound.
Yeah.
Yo, he
Okay.
lives in
So
this
then,
old house in Delhi, bro. Yo,
yeah.
it's the best.
Have you ever been to India before?
Yeah, man.
How is the reggae scene in India?
I've never seen a reggae scene in India. I've never ever seen it. My whole thing with India has been through Major Lazer and
Mhm.
EDM. So I've
Mhm.
never ever seen it. Never ever ever seen it, man.
Yeah.
But he has documented it. Base Foundation Roots, they have documented it. So maybe he could even forward to you some of the documentation he's done. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. No, definitely when we get off the phone, let's get some stuff connected because I'm extremely interested to know what's going on over there. You know what I
Me
mean? Don't
too.
get it wrong. I
I
read
think
Crew's Wicked. A
I
lot of
think
them are wicked, but
everybody can't wait to see what Base
yeah.
Foundation does. And I mean, he's got dubs. He's got dubs. So
Yeah, that's the most interesting. So again, how did you guys even come up with this selection? Was it just put in a pot? Was it brainstorming amongst the man them?
no, it
How
was
did you guys come
brainstorming,
up?
man. Brainstorming. I definitely was like for instance, Cheeky Dubs. I was
Mhm.
thinking to myself, I was looking at the map and I was like, man, Cheeky Dubs is a wicked bad selector with dub plates
Mhm.
that's representing the whole of Central and South America. I
Yeah,
was like, yo, why would I not put it? Like, yo, Cheeky Dubs, yo, you know. All of the sounds were thought of like that. All of the sounds were like, yo, who's the person that we could possibly say
yeah,
maybe in real life we couldn't really have like a global clash because getting these guys to get to
yeah,
whatever country to clash might not have been one thing, but on the internet we can definitely do it, you know.
yeah,
And ever since I even announced this competition, man, I've had so many sounds link me up, so many.
yeah.
So many, man. You know, so we're going to continue to do this because every little crevice and corner in the world have a guy who sends his money to Panther Sun and gets some dub plates. Panther Sun is the biggest winner out of this, man. I
Crazy.
love it. I love it.
It's so crazy just to even think because I seen even yesterday when you guys were making the announcements, what I seen a lot of too was for Brazil. Like there seems to be either a sound or some sounds in Brazil that wants in the competition.
Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. I would love to. I know a few of them. You know, of
Mhm.
course, Stranger is my friend, and he was a part of a book about Brazilian sound system and the reggae culture there. You know, it's just
Okay.
different. You know, it's a lot of roots, not so much dub plate. So when somebody says
Okay.
they want to enter the clash, and I have to make that one rule, you have to have dub plates.
No, for sure.
You know, maybe later on we'll do a 45 thing, but you
Mhm.
gotta have dub plates. You have to have dub plates. 'Cause if you don't have
Yeah.
dub plates, then what's the point?
Yeah.
So, you know, and that kind of eliminates most Brazilian sounds. Stranger
Yeah.
is like one of the only few guys I know down there that has dub plates.
It has dubs. Okay. And could you talk about the format right now, or are you guys still working that out?
No, man, I think we have it, man. I think the one thing we're going to do, since it's two clashes a day, we're going to go 5 minute, 10 minute, 10 minute, tune for tune. No question and answer. Get get it, and we're going to run through them fast. You
Yeah.
know, we're going to run through them fast, and then everyone's going to be able to vote immediately on the Facebook page right there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right there. I
guys,
see.
you can go right there, and you'll be able to vote right after the clash. So we just want to get them through fast, and then move on to the next one.
And I guess you figured because there are seven sounds, would be better to have 2 days with two clashes to really get stuff down quickly.
It's 8 sounds. Yeah,
It's
but
8.
two, yes, 8 sounds and two a day, right? Just to get
Yeah,
it down. Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. How do you guys come up with that thinking? You say, okay, let's do all of the prelims. We'll do it on Zoom, YouTube, or wherever, but then leave this for a pay-per-view. What was the
Yeah,
thinking
man. So I
behind that?
think it's just time for us to take it to that level. I think it's just
Yeah,
time for us to take it to that level. I don't think anybody's going to be upset to pay $5
yeah, no,
um, after getting what will be 2 months of free entertainment.
yeah,
I don't think anybody's going to be mad to pay $5 or $10. And of course, the winner gets the money. So it's just like one of those things where it's like,
it's a fact.
let's start to get this thing up to the next level to where people can see that you know they can spend their money on their dubs. They can make themselves a full-time sound system person, selector or owner or whatever, and that they can actually make some money off of this.
Yeah. All right. Seeing a question come up here for you. I know you like the Q&A.
Yeah. Let's take a
Let
few
me.
and then I gotta go. Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Deadly Dragon here. Hold on. How do you make sure these songs are internet ready? As oftentimes online clashes suffer from technical difficulties.
Yo, it's a true thing. Now, the biggest issue that I have is I have two guys that are in third world countries, and I'm gonna say three because
Yeah.
maybe the Indian sound is a third world country too. I'd have to look that up. But we have Notorious in
Mhm.
Jamaica, and we have Cheeky
Yeah.
Dubs in Central America. And that is a problem because the infrastructure for the Wi-Fi is not the best. If it
Mhm.
rains, the lights flutter, the Wi-Fi gets low. So we're going to try our best. We're going to try our best. And if they can't get the proper Wi-Fi, then we'll just have to let the people vote.
Yeah.
People will vote, and that'll be the reason why they're not in. But we don't want to not include them. I think it's important to represent. But I just am like, man, there's nothing we can do about the Wi-Fi, and if it sabotages their performance, in this particular case, it just will have to be something that, because it's not like we can go the next week and be like, all right, well, we'll
Mhm.
try again next week because the Wi-Fi could be bad the next week.
Yeah.
So they would just have to go out, and then we go straight to where we get to a place where we get the two best sounds that
Okay.
had good Wi-Fi.
And you're good to go. Okay. One other question here. What platform will the pay-per-view be on?
I don't think we're going to announce that yet. We just want to make sure that we're doing it on the right one. So we're a couple weeks away from that, but hopefully by Sunday we'll be able to tell everybody where. But I am taking suggestions because I do not know everything, and this is a learning process.
Yeah. That's good. Okay, I think that's it. Got one here that's not really clash related. This is the last one, and then I get you out of here. It's about you and Diplo. It says, "Where is Diplo, and how close are you guys?"
That's my homie, man. We speak
Yeah,
every single day. But we talk about music production for the most part,
yeah,
but every single day. But yeah, man, the
yeah,
quarantine clash is going to be amazing, man. Big up to all the sounds. Big up to Irie Crew, Glockwork Posse, and Irie Crew, not to be slept on.
yeah.
Um, Big up to Base Foundation Roots. Big up to Cheeky Dubs, um, John Mikey One, and big up to, I'm trying to remember who the last sound is.
Oh, Ja Works from Japan.
I don't know why my mind isn't. Huh?
Ja Works from Japan.
Jaw Works from Japan. Yeah, man. Sorry.
Yeah,
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 big up to all of those sounds, man. Every one of those sounds are going to have amazing, 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 amazing showcases, man. Every one of them are hilarious. Every one of them know how to perform. Every one of them are confident in their sound. And so hopefully a lot of people who have never seen this happen before will be into it. Because I realized even though we were doing the clashes and people were
yeah,
interested in the clashes, there's a fever that comes with an actual competition. And so I gotta
yeah,
say special big up to all those sounds because they understand the bigger picture and they understand that people will become addicted to the clash aspect of it once they see
yeah.
that there's actually a competitiveness to it, and they'll show respect to it for sure. So that's the goal, man.
That was big, 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 big. All right, Walsh, I'm gonna get you out of here again. Thank you, like always. Can't wait to actually cover the entire clashes. I got some stuff in mind that I actually want to do too, and I didn't forget. I think your birthday is in 3 days from now, right?
What is today? My birthday is May
Today's
3rd, though, but I don't know what today is at all.
today's the 27th. Today's the 20. Okay, so no, you're 6. I think it's 6 or 7 days from now. A week from now.
Okay, yeah, next week. Yeah. Yeah,
Next
my
week,
birthday
Monday.
is
All right. So then I guess we'll catch you on your
man.
birthday, where we're talking
Yeah,
about the
man, May
Clash
3rd.
and bringing up your birthday same day. Well,
Yeah,
shit.
man, May 3rd,
Always
man.
love. Thank you again. Thank you again, like
Yeah, man.
always.
Respect
See?
again. Cool.
All right. Big up yourself.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusica.com.